After 4 years with the F-Type, my PCP is coming to an end, which means I have to make a decision on what I'm going to be doing with the car. So in this video, I'm going to answer that question. But it also amazes me how little people understand about PCP. So we're going to have a conversation as though I'm your friend, and how I understand PCP and how it's worked for me and why it might work for you or vice versa, and what tools I use to work out the monthlies without bothering anyone. Let's go for a drive because the weather's nice. Well, I say it's nice. It's dry, it's like 4 degrees, and I think the rear tyres could probably do with being replaced based on the fact that I seem to be skating around the place. But nonetheless, let's go for a drive and talk about, am I going to replace, am I going to return the car, or am I going to buy the car? So, before I explain my decision, let me explain first why I chose the Jaguar F-Type as my first sports car, I suppose, if I can get off the drive. So, for me, the F-Type, I guess, became famous purely because of Jeremy Clarkson on his Top Gear episode in 2013. For everyone, that was probably where this started, but for me it was before then. When I was about 5 years old, my parents got the keys to a Jaguar XK, which at the time was the only sports car that you could buy from Jaguar, really. E-Type wasn't existing and the F-Type hadn't been born yet. We went out for a drive and it was a convertible, and it was a great afternoon. I mean, I don't remember it at all. My godfather was a director at JLR, and I grew up in Solihull, which is pretty much the birthplace of everything electrical failure, Jaguar Land Rover. So it was always going to happen for me, I think. And when I had the opportunity, when I was 25, I found a group of people that were financing cars, something I had never done, nor had ever really thought about, if I'm honest. Didn't even realise it was going to be possible. But anyway, they kind of showed me the ways of financing cars and how it meant that you can get into all these amazing cars that I'd never even thought about before. So for those of you that don't know, PCP is contract purchase. What does it stand for? Personal contract purchase? That might be right. It just basically gives you a way of financing a car, but it gives you a guaranteed future value. So if you PCP it, at the end of the term, whatever happens, the car can go back to the finance company for a value, and you walk away from the car. You don't have to spend any more money, all that jazz, as long as you go to the end of your term. Negative equity and positive equity, I won't touch on. By the way, we're having a conversation. This isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I just wanted to explain it, as I do to lots of people, how I finance cars and get into stuff that is a lot more expensive than I would want to pay for. Wow, the view out the front is stunning. Sun is just coming down and it looks good. Sorry. So, if you are trying to get into a car, be that an F-Type, whatever it might be, providing the car is less than 6 years old, you can do a PCP, basically. Now, this isn't sponsored in any way, shape or form, but there's a really easy way to work out roughly what the PCP would look like on an online calculator. And the website I use is Magnitude. Basically, because it's online, I can put in my phone number, get a code, and then I get access to the whole calculator, and I can literally find out exactly how much certain cars are going to cost me, which is probably the easiest way to manage my expectations. So you can see the monthly cost, you can see how much if you put a deposit down, whatever it might be. That's basically what I use. Now, if the car is older than 6 years, you can still finance the car, but you can't PCP it. You can do a hire purchase with a balloon, which, as far as I understand, isn't a guaranteed future value. So if the car is worth less than that, at the end of the term, you still owe that amount of money. So you could be in something called negative equity. But if you're buying sports supercars, in my experiences, the cars that I would purchase, I'd make sure they'd never go below that value, in the sense of looking at the market and things like that. We won't get into that too much. We'll focus on PCP. But anyway, when I took out this car, bought it on PCP, 4-year term, £350 a month, I'm coming to the end of it. So I've got options. I can either buy the car for the guaranteed future value, which I think is just below £20,000. I can give the car back to the finance company and walk away, no exchange. Or I could sell the car and trade it in, replace it, and I can do that with any car, right? A lot of people go to a dealership, they go to the dealership goes, this is the car, this is the monthlies, all the rest, and that's it. If you use a third-party broker, in most cases, from my experience, the PCP interest rate and the monthlies and everything is lower. So the dealers tend to offer something like a 13% interest, but in my experiences, you can usually get a 9, an 8 even, sometimes even a 7 in this climate, or day and age, or whatever the term is. So it's worth doing, and it doesn't change anything. The only one that misses out, unfortunately, is the car salesman that earns a commission if you take out it on finance, which you don't do. So sometimes they can be a bit less interested in you because of this rule, but that's just the way it works. It means you pay less per month, and it means you can get into a car. After weighing up, I guess, both the emotional side, the enjoyment of the car, but also what is available on the market. When I bought this car, I was 25 years old. I'm 30 this year, which to a lot of people is probably not very old, but to me, I feel ancient. Just part of life. So I'm considering swapping the car and replacing it. But at the same time, whatever that means I'm going to have to spend more money, because naturally the car I'm now more interested in is more expensive and all the other jazz and comes with more cost. We just went past an F-Type and there's another one there. I did a video like this the other day, but the cars weren't there, which was frustrating. Another Jag. We're in the Cotswolds, always going to be Jags. So weighing up all these decisions, I've decided to go with, I'm going to buy the car. I'm going to pay the 20,000, or I'm going to take finance out, probably again, a small loan or whatever it might be. I'm going to put a little bit of money in myself. And yeah, I'm going to buy the car. I'm going to keep it. Now, I don't know how long I'm going to keep the car for, if I'm completely honest. I might keep it forever. I might keep it for 6 months. It might be a year. I haven't really decided that far. But yeah, I'm going to be keeping the car. So the car isn't going anywhere. Channel will continue. Content will continue. I feel like last year I was kind of hard done by. 5 months of the year the car was, I spent it in the garage in Oxford. So this year, when the weather gets better, I want to go on road trips into Europe. Probably just me and my partner, but maybe we'll find some people who are also interested in tagging along as well. So that's my decision, really. I've enjoyed this car for the last 4 years, and even driving it today, I'm in no desperate bid to swap it. Is he going to let me go? No, of course not. Why would he? I'm in no desperate bid to swap the car. I'm still enjoying it. I mean, we're in first. I've put it in silent mode the whole time. I mean, how can you want to change it? It still makes me smile, and it's still an incredibly timeless car, I think. I'm not sure it's really aged in the time I've had it. Now, in terms of values and all that other jazz, I could probably sell this for more than the guaranteed future value, which is how it should be in most PCPs, but you can get upside down. So again, do your research. But yeah, I've had people offer me more for the car than the guaranteed future value. So I could have sold it and not made profit, because obviously I've financed the car, but whatever. My deposit, I think when I purchased this, was 8,000, and I could probably get about 6 or 7 out of it on top of the guaranteed future value. Probably can't hear me anymore. So that's my decision. The car is staying, the content will continue. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe. It is a beautiful sunset. I'm going to go for a bit of a drive, stretch the legs of the F-Type, as I mentioned. I've been away for a week, I haven't really driven it, which means I've kind of missed it. So, without further ado, if you got this far in the video, as always, please comment. We'll go with 765. 765 if you made it this far in the video. I always appreciate it. It's nice to know that I've got a bit of support. And I will see everyone next week. We're back to normal uploads, normal content. Thanks very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you next week. Actually, I'm going.